Hi YouTube, it's me, Bryn Chan. Welcome to another wonderful Thursday. I know my schedule has been real messed up as of late. I have no excuses for that. I could bring up any number of excuses in the world, but none of them would make sense for why I haven't posted on here in a while. I also realized I sit funny because the couch is going this way and I'm here. Either I sit funny or here. Let me test this out. No, I just sit funny. Okay. Um. No, I feel like this needed to be done today. I really felt like this was something that needed to be discussed, and so here I am. I'm here to discuss it with you because it's something that happened today that really just irritates me. I'm not going to go into really the topic of the conversation that we had. Well, I'm not going to go into the details of the conversation, but I will talk about the journey that I've been on and why I can't handle this kind of conversation anymore. When it comes to people and their paradigms, and it's not that I can't be around it. I can't be around it because I'm on a different path than they are, and I'm not trying to get right back in that mindset and get right back to where I was. So I'm just I'm done stressing over your stuff. So, here we are. I'm going to talk a little bit about paradigms, mainly because of this conversation, because when you're in your paradigm, you've grown up with this certain way of thinking about money and about just stuff in general, really. Like how you grow up and your environment really has an effect on how you think and the way you think. Now, depending on what environment you get into, it can kind of override some of the stuff you were taught with. And sometimes when you're taught as a child certain things, sometimes that can be stronger than the environment that you're in. It really just depends. Now, if you're looking for a change, a really big change, you want financial freedom, you want to be a millionaire, you want to have all of this other stuff, you go and you talk to people who have what you want. But you have to, that want has to be stronger than your paradigm. Like I said, your paradigm can be stronger than your environment. So it has to be a strong want. You have to want better for yourself. You have to want to be a millionaire. You have to want to do what it takes to become that millionaire. Right? Now, this conversation that we were talking about, I'm no longer trying to engage with people about everything when it comes to their bills. Not because I'm a terrible person. No, I mean, some people may think I am. I don't know. What you think about me is none of my business. So, I don't let it affect me. So if people think that way about me, then they think about me that way. I'm not about to go over there and tell them they're right or wrong or defend myself like that. No, not really. No. No, I'm going to just be like, hey, at this point, and whatever you say is true, I guess, because I'm not about to confirm nor deny, because I really don't care at this point. No, I don't want to engage in these broke mentality kind of conversations, really, because it affects me and how I think sometimes. Yes, I'm in a new environment. I'm listening to new people. I'm listening to people who make money and who are doing well, and not listening to really these just broke minded people. But it can be very stressful sometimes when you try to talk to somebody about what they want. And what they want out of life is they want a different lifestyle. They want to be able to have good money. They don't want to have to work all the time. They don't want to travel from place to place to try to find work. And they want to travel, but they don't want to travel to work. Yeah. They want to do all of this, and, but what they're constantly talking about and thinking about, that's what they get. And, so if you're constantly talking about bills, then you're just going to get more bills. You're constantly talking about how you have a lack of money, then you're going to have a constant lack of money. And there's only so much that I can do, because I am nowhere near a professional mentor. I don't make nearly as much as my mentors / business partners do. And that's on me. I need to work harder. I need to get on more calls. I need to talk to more people. I need to get out more and talk to people that way. Yeah, I need to do all of that. The thing is, though, not for me, I'm not making an excuse for me, is I can't provide them with that kind of inside knowledge. Not because I don't want to, but because I can't. What I mean by I can't is that there's so much value being told in our community and our groups that I don't grasp all of it at once. And so what I give out, what I talk about, is what I have grasped and what I have learned. And I'm not gonna learn it all at once. I'm not gonna sit through one Zoom call and automatically know what it is that I'm doing. No, it doesn't work that way. Because you need to reprogram your brain every single day, and I need to keep working on that every single day. But when I go out of my way to talk to people and offer help to help them maybe not stress as much, then I would assume that, they would want to figure out how to not be stressed so much. Because she has till September, I guess, to pay something off. But she's talking about all these bills, rent, school, all of this other stuff. And I guess it all totals to $3,000. So she's like, yeah, I'm pretty stressed. It's $3,000. My assumption is, not assumption, my opinion is, if you can't afford the dog to begin with, then don't get it. That someone somewhere is going to think that is completely mean. Because what if you just want a dog? What if I just want a dog? You know, $3,000, $2,000 dog. You know, $4,000. I don't know how much it was. I don't remember. What if I just want it? Well, I mean, can you afford the $4,000 dog? Can you afford to just pay $4,000 out of pocket right now? Then you probably shouldn't get the dog. If your answer is no, then you probably shouldn't get the dog. Because they are doing payments on the dog right now, which is strange to me. Because I've never heard of doing payments on animals, but apparently you can. It's almost like doing payments on a car, just the dog can't take you anywhere. So I don't know. I personally don't want to have to do payments on a car because I want to just be able to outright buy the car. I want to go into BMW or wherever it is and be like, I want a BMW i8 and just pay for it right out. I don't want to have to do payments. I don't want to do any of that. I've never done payments on anything. I don't plan on starting payments for anything, and I completely forgot to call for the bills today. I'll call tomorrow. It'll be fine. I'll call tomorrow and let them know that I forgot to call today. I just realized that. I'm not stressed about it. I'm just talking about bills reminded me that I forgot to call about my bill. So I'll call them tomorrow. It'll be fine. We'll be okay. They're just doctor bills, I get. Like, they did some screenings. And so I got bills for that in the mail. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll just call and pay it off. And I just forgot to call today. So I'll call tomorrow. But, I mean, the difference between a $4,000 dog and a $200 medical bill is I can afford the $200 medical bill. She can't afford the $4,000 dog. I mean, you know, I could probably afford a $4,000 dog as well, but am I going to buy a $4,000 dog? No. Why? Because I'm traveling a lot and I don't want to put an animal through that kind of movement the whole time. You know, I'm going to Bulgaria, then, I'm going to Orlando, and then more than likely DC, and then Bulgaria, and then Japan again. I'm not putting a dog through that. No way. No way am I putting a dog through that. No. I have a issue with the dog now that we have now. Like, how would he even react to being on a plane? Even if it was just a trip to, like, Florida. How would the dog react to being on a plane? I don't know. I'm not about to test it. We're not about to put the dog on there. Just saying. The dog could probably ride in the car. But we're not driving to Florida this time. We are flying because that drive to Georgia was a lot. It was a lot. But, of course, we gotta fix the tires and the alignment and all that good stuff. And so, yeah. There's just a couple things we gotta do first. And it'll happen. It will happen. And that's kind of the attitude that you have to take when it comes to bills. I know at the moment it seems like a lot, and, you know, call me a hypocrite if you will, because I used to be that person who was like, oh my dear God, how am I going to pay for any of this? You know, you got this bill and that bill, and I'm in debt somewhere, and all this other stuff, and like, oh my goodness, and it totals this amount of money, and you know, So I understand why people are like that. But, when you adopt the attitude of kind of it is what it is, and you accept that those are the bills that you have, and you decide that you're going to pay them by a certain time, then no matter what it is, it will happen. And it'll be done either at the time or even before. I decided we're going to Florida. It will happen. We are going to go to Florida. I said we were going to go to Bulgaria. It's going to happen. We're going to go to Bulgaria. Now, I am also going to pay my mother-in-law all the rent that we never paid when we first started this journey. Because we were really, like I said, we were focusing on what it was that we needed to do. So we didn't do that. And a lot of people out there, if you're renting an apartment, at least with my apartment, I don't know about anyone else's, but if you could not pay rent 1 month, then you could call, let them know, and it would be moved over to the next month, and you just paid double, I think. I'm not sure. Or you pay it in the middle of the month or something. I mean, yeah, there's probably going to be a late fee there. You have to communicate with your landlord. I mean, did we ever have to do that? No. Why? Because I made sure, I was like, rent's coming up on the 1st of every month. What am I, sometimes I'd be like, okay, how am I going to pay this? But then I'd come up with a solution, and I'd have money to pay my rent that month. So I would pay my rent. And, if I had another bill coming up and I knew I had that bill coming up, I would stress over if there was a lot of bills. But if you start looking at each bill individually and see when they're due, sometimes if you're working a 9 to 5, one bill is due one paycheck and the other bill is due the other paycheck, depending on if you're get paid weekly, bi-weekly, I don't know. I've been paid weekly and I've been paid bi-weekly. I clearly don't work a 9 to 5 anymore, so I'm not about to try to figure that out again. I sat down with a 29-year-old man yesterday and we did his finances. I was like, hey, because he's interested in doing Elevate and investing and doing more. So we sat down with his finances and I was like, hey, if you're really concerned and if you are really wanting to do Elevate, then this is what you need to do, because you say you never have savings. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to sit down. We're going to figure out all of your bills and see what you typically have at the end of each bill. So you are going to want to put this money into savings before you start paying all the bills, and then after each one's paid. And it wasn't an exact figure because one of the bills was split into two, but I just put it into one. I mean, it still gives you the same amount, but I mean, I don't, yeah. So yeah. And that's what we did. We sat down and we looked at his finances, and I was like, you put this into savings first before you do anything. Before you pay any of your bills, you put this amount of money into your savings first. Then you will, have a decent amount of savings. You can do Elevate, and then you can start investing with that money, and you can make your money work for you and make you more money. I mean, if you want a little bit of a savings as well, then you can. Do I recommend really having a savings account? Not really. I would recommend having an investment account instead of really a savings account, because really a savings account, all that's doing is making the bank money. But some people will try to argue with me, but that savings account isn't making you rich, because it's not really giving you the interest that you want. That's making the bank's money, not you. Whereas if you invest it, you'll make more money. Almost a guarantee. I can't say it is a guarantee, but it's almost a guarantee. Reason why I can't really guarantee it is because I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know how you are when it comes to investing and things like that. I don't know. So, it really just depends on you. And how serious you take it. I'm actively making money. Right now, I'm sitting here talking on camera, talking to the camera on my laptop, and making money on my phone. Is my phone on? Well, it just turned on because I accidentally hit the thing. But, I am making money on my phone. Right now. I'm not on my phone. I'm not playing on my phone. I'm not doing any of that. And yet my phone is making me money. Why? Because I invested it. I invested my money and it's bringing me back money. And I will continue to invest my money for my whole life probably, because it makes me more money. And at the end of my life, yes, I will have no need for it anymore, because I'll be gone. But guess who that money can go to? The next generation, my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandkids. They can then have it. The wealth isn't just for me. The money isn't just for me. I'm not just thinking about me and my future. I'm thinking of, yes, me and my future, but my children and their future, my grandchildren and their future, my great-grandkids and their future, and so on and so forth. Whether I'm alive while my great-grandkids are roaming around, then, or not, they'll still have money, depending on if, they know how to use it. Of course, they have me, and I started from nothing, and now I'm getting to newer and better places higher up in the world and going on. They'll have me as an example. I will make sure that they are taught how to deal with money and how to work with it so it can stay in the family for generations after generations. Like the Rockefellers and the Carnegies, all of them. Because at one point, someone in their family did not have that wealth, like Andrew Carnegie. He had to make that wealth, right? Rockefeller, he had to make his own wealth. They started down here. They ended up here. Now, I'm not saying they were equal. I think someone made more money than somebody else. Ford started down here in his garage, of all places. He started down here. He ended up here. There's my computer. It's falling off. But, I mean, you don't just Yeah, someone in that line started where we are now. Okay? Someone started where we are now. And they built it up. They got up there. Were they worried and stressed? Sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not going to say the whole thing is easy. It is clearly not. I broke down crying last week, or was it the week before? I was crying. Crying my eyes out. And you can listen to my last Reflection Wednesday, which I think was last week. I tell you about how I was crying and how everything just seems so hard and so difficult sometimes. I cannot tell you the amount of times my account was in the negatives. Okay? My account completely gone when we first started doing this. There and even in the middle of doing it, there's been a few times where it's just gone down, like bad. But I look at it and I'm like, okay, now let's make money. Okay, not how did we get like this, or oh my goodness, it's going to take so long to get it back to where it was. I'm not stressing about all the bills that are coming up and oh my goodness, I'm just my life is just so hard. I'm not thinking like that anymore. No, I'm not going to say I never thought like that, cuz I did. I did. But now it's different. And I'm not thinking like that. Instead, I'm thinking, okay, we got to the negatives, but it won't be like that for very long. Matter of fact, we're going to be multimillionaires. Okay, so why stress over the money now if we know we're going to have it later? If we know we're going to have more later, okay? If the 9 to 5 is bringing you to this, okay, and you want to be here, and you're doing everything imaginable to get up here, right? You're doing everything humanly possible to get up here, but your 9 to 5 is only paying you here, right? If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to get here, why worry if what you're getting paid here goes down in your bank? Okay, you get paid, this is what's in your bank account when you first get paid. And it slowly starts to go down. And so, now you're down here. Here, this is what you get when you get paid. This is where you want to be. Now, how do you get up here? You do what it takes. So why worry about the money you spend on all the things that help you if you know you're going to get that money back? Right? If you know you're going to get that money back, why worry about it right now? I'm not talking about, oh, don't worry about Saturday night, spending at the bar, going crazy, showering people with ones and strippers and I don't know what all happens on Saturday nights. I never really went out, but all of that. I'm not saying, oh yeah, Saturday, let's do it, let's get, I don't even know the word anymore. Lit. Let's get lit. I don't know, is that old now? Let's let's get turned up or something. I think that's a word that they use now. I think. I don't know. But I'm not talking about that. You know, don't worry, I'll get it back when we go out again next Saturday night. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, oh, this course costs $300. Bet. $300. Okay? Don't think of it as, oh, shoot, I just spent $300 on this course. Think of it, oh, I just invested $300 in this course because I know that this $300 is going to multiply into $1 million. So we just have to change the way we're thinking about what it is that we're paying for. So if you're paying bills, then you're paying bills. If you're paying for a course that teaches you how to be a millionaire or teaches you how to get up there, then that's an investment. Okay? Don't think of it as another cost or an expense that you have to pay. Oh my goodness, I just spent $180 and now it's monthly? Oh my dear Lord, monthly $180. Wow, what did I just get myself into? Now that's an extra expense, $180 a month. What the heck am I doing? Okay, first off, $180 a month, you spend that at the mall in one day. I don't want to hear it, okay? You spend that multiple times a month, not just once a month, multiple times a month. You can go through 180 real fast. You really can. 180 for a course and it's monthly. I can invest in myself $180 a month to learn how to multiply my money, to learn how to put my money to use for me, to make it work for me. Put little overalls on those bills, I think I heard someone say once. Put little overalls on your money and send them off to work. Why should you be working? Why should you be working hard to make the money? Why don't you make the money work hard for you? Don't work hard for money. Make your money work hard for you. I'm sure there's a few people who come on my channel and they're like, this girl has no idea what she's talking about. I clearly do know what I'm talking about on some things. Sometimes it may sound like I have no idea what I'm talking about because I have the bad habit of going around in circles and talking about this and that and not staying on one topic. But I clearly know what I'm talking about, at least a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything there is to know. I'm not about to sit here and tell you how to be a millionaire. Okay? If I'm not a millionaire yet, I can't teach you how to be a millionaire. Right? That's why you talk to somebody who is a millionaire. That's why I invested money into a program where I get mentorship and I talk to millionaires every day. On here, okay? I have phone numbers upon phone numbers of millionaires on my phone. Why? Because they can teach me how to become a millionaire. They're not just millionaires, they're multi-millionaires. And they can teach me how to get to $1 million. Why? Because they know how to get to $1 million. Right? Like, okay, if I wanted to learn how to make a McDonald's cheeseburger, I'd go to work for McDonald's. I would. If I wanted to learn how to cut the grass, I'll ask somebody who knows how to cut grass. Okay? I know how to cut grass. It's just real hot outside and I'm not about to go do it. If I wanted to learn how to be, I don't know, if I wanted to learn how to be a graphic designer. I'd go to school to become a graphic designer. I'd learn from a graphic designer. I'd take an internship. I'd go to college. I'd do all that stuff. Why am I saying this? Because I have been to school for graphic design. Did I finish? No. But I went to school for graphic design, and the next step after you graduate is you get an internship with a graphic design company. And with that internship, you can get hired on to that company. Okay? So, yes. That's, if you want to learn how to not be stressed over bills constantly, how to, start thinking correctly about money. Yes, there is a right and wrong way to think when it comes to money. Then you talk to somebody who knows about money. Okay? If I had no clue what I was talking about, I wouldn't even be on this channel talking to you about what it is that I'm talking to you about. If I had no clue what I was doing, why would I be on here? I had this channel up before this, and it was me singing. If I had no idea about singing, if I sounded completely trash, then I wouldn't be on the channel singing to you. You've heard me sing a little bit in these videos, right? Okay, I just watched a video the other day. Not my proudest moment, but I was prospecting and I needed some background noise. And it was a video reviewing the Muffin Man song, okay? The one that goes, do you know the Muffin Man, Muffin Man, Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane? That one? That nursery rhyme? Okay, I'm not about to say I know all of it, because there's another line to that one verse and then a whole other verse. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not about to say I know the whole song. But if I were terrible, somebody write it down in the comments. I know, because some people, they just have their own opinion and they're going to say it. But I would like to keep this community very positive when it comes to this kind of thing, because we all are taking our own journey. No one is doing the journey for somebody else. You all are on your own. I can't take your journey for you. You can't take mine. You can't take this journey for me. Okay? You can't take mine for me. I can't take yours for you. That's just not how it works. So, when you guys do comment down below, right, I need you guys to show support for each and every single one of you who watch my videos, because this needs to be a positive community. Because why would you try to be successful if the community was toxic? Because you already get enough toxicity from the environment you're in now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this video off here. Remember to invest in yourself, because you are the very best person you could ever invest in. Remember to invest in stocks, real estate, gold, silver, all that fun stuff. I love you guys. Mwah! And I will see you in the next one. Bye.